This week in Indiana, Purdue is over the moon about their latest commit. Is a Michigan Mr. Football candidate being under-recruited? One of the 10 best FBS recruiting classes for 2022, Luke Fickell's Cincinnati, another 4-star, just verbal. That and more on this week's State Champs Scout Show. Welcome back to the best weekly recruit report in the Midwest. Big week with the early signing period. You'll see the majority of that coverage next week here on State Champs Scout Show. Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, it's all covered here nearly 50 weeks a year. This program powered by Lawrence Technological University in Southfield, Michigan. You can recruit yourself and become a Blue Devil. I'll tell you how coming up. We've got another Recruiting 101 segment, and this week it's all about social media. So let's get going, and let's start in the Hoosier State.
From Indiana, this is Scott Bernstein. Fort Wayne Snyder Jr. linebacker Dominic Moon has black and gold in his future. The sleeper 2022 football recruit committed at Purdue last week. At 6'2", 225 pounds, Moon is sleek, versatile, and a straight savage sideline to sideline. He can play inside or outside backer and chose the Boilermakers over Syracuse, Cincinnati, Central Michigan, Toledo, and Ball State. Most scouting services peg him a 3-star prospect. Moon's recruiting profile began getting major traction in the offseason. Purdue offered back in August. This fall, Moon recorded 95 tackles for a 5-5 Snyder club. The grittiest runner in the state has his choice of preferred walk-on spots at Indiana and Purdue. Tough as nails Center Grove senior running back Carson Steele received the PWO offers in the wake of his club winning the state championship. Ball State, Indiana State, and Southern Illinois have all offered full rides. The bruising ball carrier finished his career with more than 5,900 yards in just 3 years of action to go with 85 career touchdowns. In Center Grove's 14-0 state title run in 2020, he ran for 1,659 yards and 31 touchdowns. Moving on to the girls basketball recruiting scene, Indianapolis Cardinal Ritter point guard Emma Lights Out Litzelman, one of the best floor generals in the Circle City, committed to play her college hoops next year at Hanover College. She is averaging 19 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds a game this winter. In the spring, Litzelman is an all-state forward on the soccer pitch. Checking in from Indiana, this was Scott Bernstein.
If you're a high school athlete with the dream of playing college sports, Lawrence Technological University wants you to recruit yourself. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports, including its newest additions, competitive cheer and dance, esports, women's hockey, and men's and women's track and field. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
This is Alan True with your latest look at recruiting news from the state of Ohio. Luke Fickell and the Cincinnati Bearcats have continued to use their outstanding 2020 season to further recruiting efforts. That has led to a verbal commitment from Alter defensive tackle Derek Shepard, who was only a junior but was ready to end his recruitment and become a Bearcat. Shepard is a powerful 6'3", 295-pound prospect who had offers from Michigan, Boston College, Georgia Tech, Cal, Duke, Virginia, Kentucky, and many more. Cincinnati now has 5 verbal commits in the 22 class, including 2 from the state of Ohio. Pickerington Central senior defensive back Quinn Wills received an offer from Grand Valley State. A 6', 290-pound prospect who played cornerback this season, he also has the size to move around in the secondary. He adds the Lakers to an offer list that already includes Western Illinois, Walsh, Lake Erie, and more. He helped the Tigers reach a state title appearance this season. Sheridan High senior linebacker Shay Taylor was offered by Ohio. A first-team All-State selection, the Bobcats are Taylor's second MAC offer, joining Miami of Ohio. An excellent student with a 3.6 GPA, Taylor has size at 6'3", 215 pounds, and has been a productive varsity player for several years now. Toledo St. Francis senior E.J. Johnson has verbally committed to Youngstown State. The Penguins get a 6'6", 240-pound offensive tackle and defensive end with great upside. He chooses them over Ashland, Walsh, Mount Union, and others. He was a first-team Division II All-Northwest District selection on the offensive side of the ball as a senior. That's it for recruiting news this week. I'm Alan True.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices.
This is Ryan Van Dyke with State Champs Network. So today we're going to talk about social media best practices. Let's take a moment and focus on some ideal topics for posts that'll help a player's position with the coaches and recruiting coordinators. What is it supposed to look like on somebody's social media page? All right. Number one, if I am on Twitter and you have your highlight video pinned and it's nice and neat, it's right where it needs to be, it's at the top, okay, that's going to draw my attention. I'm going to watch it. If I like it, then I'm going to scroll down and what am I going to see? All right, these are some things that can help you. Inspirational quotes, all right, faith-based quotes, positive encouragement and support. You know, maybe you're getting the support and encouragement for something, maybe you retweeted a shout out to somebody, but it shows that you're a positive person, you're optimistic, and you're always trying to inspire somebody else, which is very important. Thirdly is personality. You know, what are you like outside the lines? You know, are you a dog lover? Do you love to go on vacation? Do you love to travel? Do you love to play the piano or another form of art? You know, I think it's important to showcase that other side of you because that's the real you. You know, after all this gets stripped away, like, who are you as a person? This is Ryan Van Dyke with State Champs Network.
I'm Lauren Plants with the latest from the state of Michigan. While we've had weekly updates on the status of his chase of the state's passing records this fall, what we unfortunately were not getting were any updates on the recruiting status for Belleville senior quarterback Christian Dew-Reed. The reason? Perplexingly, there weren't any until now. Last week, Dew-Reed announced the receipt of a scholarship offer from HBCU Alabama State, a Division I FCS program. Whatever the reason for his under-recruitment, not fitting into the mold of measurables that colleges are looking for, etc., there's no question Dew-Reed has talent, making his complete lack of offers baffling. Regardless of whether or not we ever resume the remainder of the 2020 playoff slate, where Belleville was due to play Cass Tech in the regionals before the pause, Dew-Reed will go down as one of the state's all-time most productive quarterbacks, holding the record for career passing touchdowns as well as 0 regular season losses. So far this season, he's completed 71% of his passes for 2,286 yards and 37 TDs against just 1 interception. Despite a glowing review from Tom Lemming during the noted scout's August trip through the state's training camps, offers weren't stacking up for Grant Porter, the powerful 6'4", 300-pound senior guard and defensive end for the Howell Highlanders. He'd had offers from Quincy University, Wayne State, and Southwest Minnesota State, but nothing from the D1 level until recently, when Central Michigan came in with an offer at the end of last week. It could be the tip of the iceberg for the all-KLAA All-Region two-way lineman. While lack of overall team success, the Highlanders went 14-21 over the last 4 seasons, making the playoffs only this year, maybe likely hampered his recruiting a bit. His tape clearly shows a D2 or D1 caliber talent. If you didn't follow action in Division 8, you probably don't know the name of Sheldon Huff, but folks in northern Michigan certainly recognize the linebacker and power back from Johannesburg-Lewiston. Huff recently received his 5th Division III roster spot from Finlandia University, adding it to promises from Hope College, Mount Union, and Olivet, as well as a scholarship offer from Valparaiso, The 6-foot, 215-pound Huff racked up 1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns, as well as 115 tackles in just 8 games this season, earning his second straight honor as the Northern Michigan Football Conference's Legacy Division MVP. The Cardinals have gone 28-3 over the last 3 seasons and were an unbeaten 9-0 at the time of the most recent pause. When the lockdown hit in April, nobody was more diligent in sending links out to coaches than Birmingham's Seaholm Tulane lineman Jacob Labar, and it paid off. The 6'3", 250-pound defensive end committed to Division I FCS Butler last week after earning All-Oakland Activities Association and All-Region honors as a senior. Labar had other offers from Northwood, Lawrence Tech, St. Anselm, Lake Erie College, Southwest Minnesota State, and Valparaiso, and a preferred walk-on offer from the University of Indianapolis. The Division I FCS Butler Bulldogs had 5 Michigan natives on their 2020 roster. Hopkins two-sport star Colin Weber, who held 8 Division I offers between football and basketball, has decided to play on the gridiron in college, committing last week to play tight end for Conference USA's University of North Carolina, Charlotte. In 6 games this season, the 6'4", 240-pound Weber, who played either split out or at tight end or at halfback, had 17 catches for 362 yards and 6 scores and ran for 374 yards and 3 scores. Weber had offers from South Dakota, Air Force, Lehigh, Eastern Illinois, Dartmouth, Fordham, and Central Michigan to play football, and Grand Valley and Kalamazoo to play hoops. That's the latest from Michigan. I'm Lauren Plant. You can catch up on any of the previous episodes of Scout Show by downloading the free State Champ Sports app or go to our website or social media, of course. Did you know you can find more recruiting news from the State Champ Scout team? Check out our weekly blogs at statechampsnetwork.com. Rankings, news, it's all there and no paywall. Totally free. I'm Lauren Plant. We'll see you next week. State Champs Scout Show is proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.